Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate, and if it does not, leave what does not resonate, as that may be meant for someone else. All right. So what's going on with Capricorn? And who needs to hear a message? All right, we kind of got the cards want to come out. This is my Green Witch Tarot, by the way. If you're interested in any of the cards that I use, if you just look below the video and hit the Show More button, it will expand it, and there's a link to all of the cards that I use. All right, so we have the Ten of Swords. And then we have the Knight of Swords. Current energy, we have the King of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. Six of Swords. Future energy, the High Priestess. Ten of Cups. The Siddhi, which is number 14, which is Temperance. And then bottom of the deck, the High Priest, which is the Hierophant. So I feel like there was a decision that you made in the past that you are questioning yourself on whether or not you made the right decision. I feel like you have scattered energy about it. I feel like you keep going back and you're like, did I make the right decision? Did I make the right choice? And I feel like you keep questioning yourself about that. But for current energies, I feel like you're analyzing it, or you're looking at it and you're saying, okay, I made the decision that I made, and that I have to move on from here, and that I have to be okay with it, because I feel like you have this scattered energy, because I feel like you're questioning yourself and you're over analyzing it, and you're like, well, if I had done this and I had done that, or if I had, or there was an opportunity in the past, or there was something that you keep going back and you're like, oh, I wish I had taken that, and if I had taken that, then at this point in my life, this is where I would be, and it would be so different. And I feel like that's something that you have to recognize, and you have to realize, okay, you need to be in calmer water. You need to be okay with the fact that you cannot change what happened back here, whether it's something that you did or didn't do, or however you reacted to that, or whatever your answer or your choice was. That you can't change what happened in the past, and that you can only move forward. And I feel like you have to realize that you have to focus on what makes you happy, and that you have to, maybe that's pushing you to a new path or a new direction, but you have to be in that frame of, okay, what happened in the past is what happened in the past, and I can't change it, and I have to be okay with it. And just maybe there's a new Ten of Cups that's happening for you. So for past energies, we have the Seven of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Knight of Swords. So Swords is definitely about thinking, and right here he is going into the house, and then she's kind of waiting there for him, but he's being distracted, and he's been successful on his hunt, and I feel like he's trying to decide, do I move forward and I go into the house, or do I walk away? Or, she's irritated and waiting for him, and he's just being distracted and he's not focused on anything. And I just feel like and Knight of Swords can be that scattered energy, and I just feel like there was a choice that you made in the past that you're just, you're not really sure, is this the right thing for me? Did I make the right decision? And so this energy here with this King of Swords, it's like you're thinking about things, you're analyzing things, you're looking at things, right? He's going through everything. And that's what the King of Swords does, is he's very analytical. He doesn't do things with emotions. He does things, by analyzing things and looking at things and researching things. And we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is something new and something different. And I feel like it may have taken a different path than what you were thinking. Maybe you made a choice back here and you thought it was going to go a certain way, and it didn't, and it turned out different. But I feel like you kind of have to be in that energy of being okay with what happened in the past, right? That you can't change it. And we have number 2, and that is the High Priestess, and that is being more in touch with your inner feelings and realizing that I feel like knowing inside that you really did make the right choice. And maybe you were overthinking that, right? But you knew inside that you made the right choice back here, but then you started overthinking it and you started questioning your choice. But for this future energy, you're like, you know what, I really did make the best choice, because you're heading towards that 10 of Cups, right? You just have to be patient. You just have to be patient and let things fall into place. Maybe you're trying to push for the results for what happened back here. Maybe you're trying to force that and you're trying to push it, right? Like you're trying to get those results. But right now it's like you're in the energy of the process of getting to this point. Sometimes we want to race to the finish line and we just want to be at the finish line, but it's not about the finish line, it's about the process that you're taking. But I feel like you shouldn't beat yourself up about choices that you made back here, because I feel like inside that you'll realize that it was the best choice for you at that time. I feel like things felt like they were unbalanced and you were trying to balance things out, that you were trying to even things out, that you were trying to make things better, right? You were making some choices and some decisions that you were trying to make things better, and you thought at the time that that was the right choice. Sometimes like we're in that energy and we're like making the best choices that we can at that time, and when we move away from it and we look back, we're like, why did I do that? Why didn't I make a better choice? But at that time, that was the energy that you were in, and that you felt at that time that was the best choice for you. And that's what you can't beat yourself up about. That's what you can't overanalyze, and that's what you have to realize, that at that time, that was the best choice that I could make. Do I wish I could go back and make it different? Yes, but I can't. So I can't beat myself up about it. And then we have the 3 of Wands with the Fool on the top there. It's like maybe you felt it was a foolish decision, but at that time you felt it was the best choice for you. But you have to look towards the future and say, okay, that's a choice that I made, and now I have to go from this point on, right? Not going backwards, that I have to make moving forward the best choices for me moving forward, right? Because I can't control what happened in the past. We have the Devil card, which is the Capricorn. I feel like it's almost like you're causing your own toxic energy. I feel like it's almost like you're adding this on top of yourself. And I feel like that's what you have to look at, right? You kind of have to say, okay, why am I beating myself up about a choice that I made in the past that I felt at the time was the right decision? So I have to stop that, right? I have to stop that. And I have to refocus that. I have to look at that, and I have to change that up. I have to take a closer look, and I have to see, okay, I have to stop beating myself up by that, right? And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, is that you have to be your own best friend, and you have to look out for yourself, and you have to say to yourself, hey, I have to stop that energy. And that helps you to feel more grounded, right? And you're like, okay, starting from this point on, I'm going to leave the past in the past. I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to move forward and towards this Ace of Pentacles, right? Feeling better, feeling that relief, feeling like, okay, I'm going to be okay, and I'm going to move on from here. I'm not going to worry about those things that I can't control, because the Nine of Swords can be that you're worrying and you're stressing about things that you can't control, and you're adding this extra layer of anxiety and stress to yourself, and you're like, hey, I'm going to catch that, and I'm not going to do that, right? I'm going to let that go, right? I'm not going to deal with that anymore, and not worry about getting to the end result, and like, I'll get there when I get there, and letting go of those things that I need to let go of, right? Walking away. I'm ready to work on this. So this is, because he's heading towards the sun, and it's like, okay, I'm ready to work on things. I'm ready to leave things that are in the past. I'm ready to walk towards the sun and the future and the positive energy. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to walk through those doors. I'm ready to leave this behind. And I feel like that's the energy that you come into, and that's what you realize, and that's kind of the process that you're going through here. And that, you know, you can't go back about and change the past, and that you can't overanalyze, and that you're just ending up hurting yourself, and that you're like, okay, moving on from here. We all have those things that we wish we could go back and change, right? That we could do differently, because hindsight is 20/20, right? Believing in yourself, the High Priestess. What do you feel inside? And we have the High Priestess there. What do you feel inside? That you know inside that you did the best that you could do at that time. And you know that you're on the right path, and you know that you can turn things around, and you know that this 10 of Cups is coming in for you. And that's what you have to believe, and that's what you have to focus on, and that's what you have to think about, right? That you know you're headed in the right direction, and that you can change things up. If there's things that need to be changed, then you change things up, right? Making those decisions that are best for you. All right, so let's look at a Lenormand. Wow. I feel like the cards just want to jump out for this reading. All right, we have the magnifying glass. Taking a closer look at those actions that you're doing and those things that you're thinking, and is it toxic, right? Are you holding on to things, right? Are you in this Nine of Swords? Are you thinking or worrying about things that you can't control? I just feel like there's something that the universe wants you to take a closer look at. And that may be where your answer is, or taking a closer look at what are those, how do you feel inside, right? Do you know inside that you're really on the right direction, the right path, the right direction? No, I feel like that's it. All right, so I'm just going to look at the bottom of the deck here because I saw it. So we have the Labyrinth. So it's that going back and forth, right? Going back and forth, trying to get to this point, which is this here, right? Your 10 of Cups. Is you feel like you keep going back and forth and round, and you're on different paths, right? And how do you find the direct path? And I feel like it's not having all of this scattered energy and not having this 9 of Swords. And sometimes when we just let things go, they just kind of fall in place naturally, and then we feel inside we have that push that will push us to feel like, okay, yeah, like now's the time to do it. I've always found that every time I've tried to push for a result for something, it's always turned out negatively, right? I mean, obviously there are times when you have to make things happen, but it's almost like you feel like, okay, I have to stop pushing for this result, or now really isn't the right time to do this, or to have this, or to purchase this, or to go in this direction. But I push for it anyways, and then it ends up backfiring. But if I just let things go and things start to fall in place, and then that path becomes clear, right? That things just start to fall in place, and it becomes so much easier because you're not fighting against the tide, you're not fighting against the energy. All right. Definitely something to think about. That you will get there, but there's some still things that you have to take a closer look at, and some things that, to just be in that energy of ready to let go of things, and ready to move forward and to change things up, and not overanalyze and not overthink things. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.